So I am married. I have been married for some time now. I also have multiple submissives that serve me and do whatever needs to be done to make sure that I'm kept happy. And that is my life. That is the way I kind of flourish in this world, if you want to say that. So I think I know a thing or two about men, right? And as I've stated before on the podcast, I was a dominatrix for over a decade, and I made a lot of money. And that didn't happen because I didn't know what I was doing. So, one huge thing that I think a lot of women miss, right, is this chasing of the man, right? You're the one always texting first. You're the one checking in. You're the one planning the dates. You have to remind him 3 days before your anniversary that the anniversary is coming up because otherwise he's just going to forget. You're the one always initiating things. You're the one picking up, around the house all the time. You're the one, doing all of the work and becoming exhausted, and then you think, oh my God, men suck, men suck, men suck, men are horrible, right? I don't think that's true, number one. I think there are amazing men in this world. I'm sorry. I'm not a man hater. I love and respect men. I think men do a lot of good in society. I'm sorry. Patriarchy does exist. Shitty men do exist, and all these power structures between men and women and the days in society is very real. But I have met too many good men in my life that have spoiled me rotten. And I'm talking about not just like financially and things like that. I'm talking about like literally making my life easier. Like I am a believer in jar opener status, right? Like if you can crack open a jar for me, you're making my life easier. If you can put together you can build something for me, then you are making my life easier. Like in all these ways, men like to give. If they like you and they care about you, they will want to always give to you, right? And so find those men. You can't say all men are shitty when the one that's sitting right in front of you is showing you in every way possible that he doesn't want to give to you, and you just kind of just stick around willing to give to him. And that's why you date sometimes and you're waiting for someone to propose, or you're waiting for like things to get better and they kind of don't. You just keep giving, right? You end up the one always cleaning. You end up the one always cooking. You end up paying like 75% of the bills. You end up like with him using your car to go cheat on you around town, like you end up with those guys, right? Because you don't get it. You don't get the fact that they need to give to you. When they like you, they want to give to you. And they will want to give you everything if they love you, right? So if you meet a man, and literally it's that simple. It's that simple. So if you meet a man who is not giving to you, and remember, not just financially, emotionally, making you feel safe, making you feel protected, letting you know that like you're important to them, checking in on you, making sure you ate. Like when you meet men that don't want to give to you, you should be gone. So that's what I meant by, learning when to be silent. Because what's the argument for? If I meet a man, for example, and he doesn't give to me in the ways that I need to be given to, and the things that I need to receive to feel safe, to feel secure, and all these things, if you're not giving that emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, if you can't do all of those things, what is the actual argument for? Every time you argue with a man about what you need, and you're still not getting after you said it over and over and over again, every time you argue with him, you let him know you're not going anywhere. So what is there to argue about? The best thing to do in that situation is to just leave. So I've met men, for example, that wasn't giving to me the way I needed, and then they just didn't hear from me anymore. That was it. I'm not wasting my life trying to figure it out. So I just disappeared. And then I would hear from them all the time. There are men that are still in my DMs to this day, infatuated with me because I walked away. They don't want, to this day, it's been years, they don't understand why I just walked away. And it's because I wasn't getting what I needed, and I wasn't getting the love and attention that I needed. So I was gone. I'm not sitting around and arguing. And that's the mistake a lot of us make, us ladies, we make. We sit around and we want to argue and go back and forth because we think that's how we show we care, and we're fighting for the relationship. I'm not fighting for anything. I either receive it or disappear. It's very simple. I'll tell you what I need, and that's it. I have nothing else to say. That's what I meant by, harnessing the power of silence as women. What is there to argue about? You're not taking me out of my element, off my center, because you can't give me the things that I need. It means I need to go back into the world and flourish until I meet someone that's going to give me everything that I need. And I knew I wanted to marry my husband because he gave me everything that I needed, right, out of a partner. And not just that, I was just receiving it, and we were having just a good time, and we were adventurous and we're fun, and it was just we just kind of clicked. It just worked out that way. And the more he gave me, as far as feeling safe, feeling loved, the more he made me feel protected and provided for, I stayed. Because he was giving me what I wanted. And we were engaged 7 months later. And that's it. So, in closing, stop chasing them. Stop texting first. Stop making all the plans. Stop filling the holes where they fall short, right? Like, just stop doing that. Like, you can have any kind of relationship you want. You can have any kind of balance. I'm not talking about, there's very strict rules for relationships. I'm not one of those people. Like, everybody do what works for you in your relationship, right? But like, the one thing you need to stop doing as a woman is more than he does. Stop doing more than he does. He's not going to respect you. He's just not. Because they like to give. Overall, that's what I learned about men, right? They enjoy giving. And if you are a giver too, there's nothing to hunt. You're just there giving everything away. There's nothing to chase. Like, men are not bad people. They're wired a certain way. And I think that's what people should understand. Like, I don't think men are bad people. I think you just need to learn how to speak their language. And it's not always like a spoken thing, It's just what it is. And it just is. And you have to let that be exactly what it is. So in closing, like I was saying before, stop chasing men. Have a little more respect for yourself. Tell him what you need, and then watch his actions. Let his actions do all the talking. If he's making changes, if he's more attentive, more accommodating, and more loving, then stay, right? But if you don't see changes, don't argue. Don't argue. Walk. Vote with your feet. Don't say a word. Leave. That's it. And then you're never taken out of your element. You just walk away. That's it. then you have a simple life and you're happier and your skin's moisturized, fabulous. So I hope that helps.